How many more do these people want to take down? How many more black people do these people want to take down? How many more black people do they not want us to have peace? How many more black people would they always keep peeping? How many more black people would they always keep going to places and not returning? The internet is crazy this week. In fact, this month is one of the months that we've lost a lot of black people with different scenarios, with different circumstances, with different issues, with what is it? What is it? What is it? Like, welcome to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. Guys, let's go watch. I'll be back with commentaries.
Oh God,
no! Large protest erupts in Wisconsin after a young man, Corey Ruiz, was shot and killed by Madison, Wisconsin police on Wednesday afternoon during a struggle that began with a bicycle theft call, and hundreds of protesters took to the streets that same night demanding answers. Officers responded to reports of someone attempting to enter parked vehicles near the Marquette neighborhood, 2 miles from the state capitol. The man fled on a bicycle, and when officers caught up with him, a scuffle broke out on the ground. Police say he pulled out a large knife, injuring one officer. After an unsuccessful attempt with a taser, the injured officer fired 3 shots. The man was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. 4 officers are now on administrative leave. The shooting was captured on cell phone video that spread rapidly across social media. Madison Police Chief John Patterson acknowledged the video, but urged the community to wait for additional footage not yet released. Like and share this video so every American stays informed tonight. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers said his life mattered and urged peaceful demonstrations.
So put yourself in my shoes. What would you do, knowing you just turned 13 last month and that you're about to go into a whole new level of school, knowing that your dad is dead? Now, when I grow up, if I ever have kids, how do I tell them? Your grandpa, when I was young, how do I tell them that he has been shot and killed by somebody we need protection for? How do I tell my little brother in the future why I don't see my dad that much anymore? Because he's dead. It makes no sense.
No sense.
I just wish I'd see him one last time. I hear his voice one last time. No one deserves this, especially not if he's a man of color.
Justice for Corey. 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 Won't be able to talk today because I'm going to keep talking because I was born to talk my talk and walk my walk too. We don't put their foot on George Floyd's neck and we don't want to hear it today. What do you have to say about that? Oh, you don't get to talk, I said.
Right.
Go ahead. Give me this microphone then. Excuse me. Speak. That's right. My name is Carlos Dixon. I represent APTAP, all power to all people, zero power to Zionists, zero power to capitalists. Let us know. You got some questions y'all want to ask? Ask us some questions. We're taking questions. These people right here don't continue. This ain't my movie. You guys
Coming in here acting crazy. This is banana. It does, but he is not from here. He don't need to speak for us. He can't. He can't. He can't. He's a black man. What the f***? He don't need to speak for us.
I want y'all to listen to Kalia Ali Omar. This is Corey Ruiz's 13-year-old daughter.
My heart was just so broken and it just hurt so much knowing I can't see my father anymore. People, whoever is saying, oh, but he was a criminal. So what? He had a family. He had me. The last time I talked to him, it was for a short period of time, and I wish it'd been longer. I wish I could see him one more time. I wish he could tell me how much he loves me one more time. He tried to do his best for me and his family. I wish he was still here, so I would never, in a million years, think that I would see my father on a shirt, a pin, a necklace, on social media saying he was shot and killed by a police officer. How can I call you knowing you shot my father? How are you gonna have 4 policemen on 1 black man? On top of that, how are you gonna be scared of us if you're supposed to save us and you kill us? It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I just wish it had been.
The fact that this 13-year-old girl understands what de-escalation is, can see the optics of 4 men on top of her father, can understand that she can no longer call them and trust them, can understand that how you gonna protect us and be scared of us at the same time. She's 13 and she knows this. This is every black child in America. They understand this shit. And forever, she is going to look at police a whole nother way. Not protect and serve, but only protect when your color is not black.
He did not deserve to be taken out like that. They took my baby from me. I never thought I would have to bury my baby before you buried me. And I would never.
Justice for Corey. Justice for Corey. Justice for Corey. Justice for Corey. Justice for Corey.
He tried to do his best for me and his family. I just wish it had been a different way. I would just wish, like, what if the police never been called? What if they just let him go? What if they de-escalated the situation? You can't sugarcoat it. You can't put a Band-Aid on it.
If this was your brother, if this was your father, if this was your son, what would justice look like to you? Well, that's exactly what we want. The same justice, equal justice, nothing more, nothing less. Madison, Wisconsin, the world is watching to see if Corey Ruiz can get justice in 2026.
I don't know, if you're struggling to detain one man and you already have 3 other officers with you, maybe you should find another fucking job, because clearly you're too weak. You tase him, he's already on the floor, and you're still struggling to detain him? So you result in shooting him 3 times in the head? Okay, bro. How many more black and brown people have to die in this fucking country until something changes? It's every fucking day! Oh, they're here to protect us. Who? There's only one demographic you're here to protect. We all know that. Prove us wrong!
Grief should stay as grief and not turn into rage. That's the message here from neighbors and activists in Madison, Wisconsin. This is the scene of a deadly police shooting that happened on Wednesday afternoon. People here identifying the man that was killed as 38-year-old Corey Ruiz. According to investigators, this happened Wednesday afternoon, and it was in response to a call that police got about someone in this area stealing cars or trying to break into vehicles and also steal bikes. So this individual was on a bike, and also according to the detectives, when they got into a confrontation with this person, he resisted and also had a knife with him. Now, this is the knife that this person possessed, and he allegedly injured 2 of the officers involved. After that, what we know from investigators, police officers tried to use a taser that potentially subdued the man, maybe got him to the ground, but according to officers at least, maybe it wasn't effective, and then another officer chose to open fire. You can see behind me here, though, there's a lot of people here, but it's more of a relaxed vibe. You don't see a lot of activism here. You don't see a lot of rage here, and people here saying that is the point. What's really interesting about all of this is that Madison police, the officers are not wearing body cameras. So investigators are relying on witness videos. This is a local funding issue, a local government debate that goes back years here in Wisconsin State Capitol. Meanwhile, today, city leaders and the police chief vowing to participate in an independent investigation into what they consider a homicide.
I'm going to give you the trigger warning that the residents of Madison, Wisconsin didn't get before their police department put them through yet another traumatic shooting. I want you to listen at the very end. The scream. The scream. So this dude has a knife the entire time you're wrestling with him, and at no point did you pull the trigger while you were struggling with him while he was standing up. You did it when he was on the ground on his back. Police officers don't see black people as humans. They don't see them as having a life worth living. Therefore, they don't expend all of the options before they just decide to take a life. What kind of a piece of shit cop doesn't have a body camera on in the year 2026? This technology has been around and in use for 2 decades. In fact, the technology is so advanced that most of them turn on the moment you activate your overhead lights. If you're not wearing a body camera as a police officer, in this big year of 2026, that is a choice. That is a conscious choice. People weren't meant to see murder happen in front of their face every day at the hands of the people who are sent by the government to protect them. We weren't meant as human beings to watch this sort of trauma unfold. And as a white person, I can only guess at how this feels for the black community day after fucking day, watching this shit unfold. We are seeing black people found hanging from trees all over the South, being murdered, left to wash up on shore, while police departments don't even investigate them and just call them suicides. Black people don't hang themselves from trees, motherfuckers. We're not mad enough, America. And if you think your white skin will protect you, honey, I have 2 names for you. Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. You aren't safe either, honey. And for the white people out here going, this isn't the America I know. It's because you never knew it to begin with. It's because the rosy glasses of privilege have kept you shielded your entire life.
He loved his daughter. He loved his family. He did not deserve to be taken out like that. They took my baby from me. I never thought I would have to bury my baby before you buried me.
That's Corey Ruiz's mother, Elsa, speaking publicly for the first time since he was killed on Wednesday. She was joined by State Representative Sheila Stubbs, Civil Rights Attorney Ben Crump, and Ruiz's 13-year-old daughter.
When she told me he had been shot and dead and killed, I started crying. I didn't even know what to say. I didn't know what to do. My heart was just so broken, and it just hurt so much knowing I can't see my father anymore.
Ruiz's family described him as talented, kind, and a loving family member.
He always loved music, and he always talked about making more music. He loved construction, mostly roofing, and he wanted to spend more time with his daughter.
Ruiz's sister, Veronica, drove to Madison from Austin, Texas, as soon as she found out he was killed. She says he struggled, but it does not define him.
And nobody even knows who he is. His criminal record tells a tale of trauma, of pain, of struggle. It does not define who my brother was.
Ruiz's family and Attorney Crump are calling for body cameras to be installed on Madison police officers and justice for Corey. In Madison, I'm Nolan Wick.
Probably about a month ago, I took him to breakfast. He was just out on Willie Street, and I saw him, and I was going to get breakfast too, and I was like, hey, do you want to join me? I'm a social worker for my big girl job, and I offered to help him like find housing or kind of give him any kind of guidance I could. And he was like, we sat and we talked for 45 minutes, and we talked about old days with my brother, and we talked about his daughter, and he was just so full of life. He was very happy to like have what he had, and he knew that like there was more to life, and he wasn't aware of like his position in life. He knew that like he wanted more. He just wasn't sure how to get it. And I know, and I was a social worker in Madison. I know how limited resources are, especially around mental health and drug addiction. And so it's a struggle. If you have any kind of issues with either one of those, it's going to be a struggle. Yeah. So it sucks to see someone who was so vibrant and so full of life and so like always happy to see you gunned down. I mean, there's no really other way to say that.
This is maybe a weird question, but I'm obviously the accent. I'm new here, and I don't know the culture of Madison well. How surprising is this? So is this like a...
I mean, this was literally blocks away from where Tony Robinson was killed, so it doesn't really surprise me. It's not, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't expect it to happen again. I mean, Matt Kinney killed Tony Robinson and he's still on the police force, so.
Thank you for talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you translate Madison top cop John Patterson in a press conference just after the police shooting of Corey Ruiz.
Officers located the man. They attempted to contact him, but he fled on a bicycle and then traveled through some nearby backyards, we think, in an attempt to get away.
No shit, John. He was trying to escape. 33 to 39% of people killed by cops are in the act of trying to get away from them. It is a non-violent act, especially when someone is on a bicycle.
This man either fell off or was taken off of the bicycle by officers. We're not sure which. That's still being determined.
John is tiptoeing here. If he says they threw him off the bike, which video most likely will show that they did, this is now a scenario they created. They could have let this man bike away, nobody hurt, not a single car or building hurt in the process, John, but because they most likely grabbed him off the bike, this is now a scenario of state-created danger.
And we're told pulled out a knife or produced a knife, a fixed blade knife, and an officer was injured by this while attempting to arrest him.
Notice how he said, "we were told," and then emphasizes fixed blade knife. John has to build up this knife because it is the only narrative, and possibly manufactured narrative, that will make them not look bad or make them look justified. Two different things. They sound the same, but they're not.
A less lethal device, a taser, was deployed. Unfortunately, it was unsuccessful.
That means the taser worked, just not the way that they wanted. Everything John is saying is to cover for the cops. He has to say the taser didn't work so he can allude to them fearing for their lives and having to resort to deadly force.
The officer who was injured by the knife is the same officer who fired his weapon at this man.
Now, this is where John slips up. This is intent. Why did you shoot Corey in the head several times, officer? Oh, because he allegedly injured you with the reported knife? Is a knife cause for public execution? I don't know. Let's figure it out in criminal and then civil court.
This male is an adult in his 30s who was involved. He initially suffered life-threatening injuries and was taken to an area hospital. I was notified prior to coming in here that he has tragically passed away from these injuries.
He's tragically passed away from these fucking cops, John. This is classic cop talk to credit the death of someone to the injuries, which is entirely to dishonor the cop who shot him in the head. He passed away from being shot in the head. I don't think he died at the hospital, John. I think he died beneath 4 cops in a city street in the afternoon.
She knows he was dead wrong. Look at her. She knows he didn't have to kill that man like that. Unjustified. Just look at her. Rest in peace, brother.
I don't care if he was running. I don't care if he was fleeing the police. I don't care if he wasn't complying. I do not care if he had a knife on him. A cop shot a black man 3 times, point blank, execution style, and before you come in with your conservative media half-baked talking points, I do not care what your fascist sympathizing input is. None of his actions constituted extrajudicial execution on the street. Though I know you bootlickers don't care about the law when it's your precious law enforcement breaking it. Systemic racism is real, no matter how much the right tries to deny its existence. Ask yourself, do you honestly think that this would have happened if that man was white? The answer is no. Fuck the police. ACAB.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys literally enjoyed every single clip I was able to roll out to you guys. And this is why I still cannot imagine why we still have some people that want to still roll with these colonizers, honestly. Someone that is meant to protect the state, someone that is meant to protect the people, is not the same person that is taking them offline. There are some things that some of these white cops do, and if you check, they can literally not do that to their fellow white skin, okay? But sometimes you now start asking yourself, what have we really done as black people? Like when I watch the clip where the 13 years old daughter of this man that was unalive, that was pupilled, not unalive, that was pupilled by this said police officer, I became dumbfounded, honestly. I have not lost my dad. I still have my dad, but I remember when I literally lost my brother, the only brother we have as at that time. It was hard to believe. It was so hard to believe. It was so hard to swallow that I can no longer see my brother. Because we are that close. We are so close. We are too close. Talk more of a 13 years old that just clocked 13. Not only hearing that she lost her dad, but seeing the clips on how her dad was literally pupilled over what he did not do. He was not dragging, he was not putting pew on the cops for them to say, oh, we did it out of defense. If you check in the last analysis that one of the clip I wrote out actually said, you can see how one of the cop literally was shocked. Like that shock is simply saying, this is wrong. You shouldn't have done that. How did they give these people bullets to easily do what they want to do? Because my uncle is literally in the police force here in Nigeria, and they don't just go ahead and point, talk more of even shoot. In fact, my uncle literally told us one day that if there is no clear good scenario where an order is given for you to do that, and you do that, that you are going to be punished or something, or you're going to be accountable for that. Because the moment they give you this bullet, they count them. So it is now more sad that, ah, God. I really feel for this family. I feel for his mom, the daughter, how she expressed herself. I know at the end of the day, one way or the other, they will try close the case or make it look like this black man is actually the problem. And to those white people that actually stood in solidarity as well and are helping in the protest, I think they did well. Kudos to them as well. I don't know. Right now, it is scared to be a black person in America. It is scared. It is horrible right now because every single thing you do, even when you are not at fault, even when you are at fault, they always look for a way. They always look for a way to hurt black people. And please, if you're out there watching me as a black person, please be careful. Stay safe. And I'm sending you hugs. I'm sending you hugs because it's crazy seeing these things on the internet. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks. Also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say. In my videos, I'm going to be Simba and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.